Alright, so I'm gonna tell y'all about the time where my former coworker wanted me to sign up for an MLM. So first things first, do y'all remember Verve? It was an energy drink? Probably not, right? So this is the drink. Yeah, nothing special. This is back in 2013, 2014, so I'm about 19 or 20, working at McDonald's. And so my coworker, he comes up to me, mind you, I had a little crush on him, I thought he was cute. And he's like, hey, Lauren, I'm going to this kickback on Friday night, and do you want to go with me? Like, yeah, of course. I've been waiting for this moment for like a long ass time. The fuck?
That's cold. She thinks she's going out on a date with this guy. In reality, he's taking her to a meeting.
So Friday comes, I'm getting ready. I'm like, okay, my outfit's cute. And, he's texting me like, oh yeah, I'm gonna pull up, me and my friend and whatnot. And I was like, okay, like it's a kickback, so of course. And so we get there. And there's like a ton of people in like this random backyard. And I'm just like, okay, it's kind of giving kickback vibes, but there's also a lot of people here. And then the presentation starts. This guy, he's probably in his early 20s, he starts going off about like, yeah, this energy drink has changed my life. I've been able to make so much money. I got a BMW. Like, he's really just trying to sell it. I'm just standing there like, I thought we was building a relationship. So then the guy's like, if you get your friend to sign up, then that helps you get more money. And then he brings out these two girls and they're like, man, they've sold so many drinks that they're getting their BMWs right now.
What's up with BMWs and these multi-level marketing companies? Verve is one. There's a couple other ones that I know of. I won't say their names, but they always give out BMWs and they showcase BMWs. Why is it only BMWs, not other car makers?
And so then we all went to the front and the girls are getting their BMWs and the crowd's just going wild. They're like, oh my gosh, like they just got BMWs. I'm standing there like, are you kidding me? Like, number one, the BMW says like Verve on the back. Like, I don't want that. And he's like, sign up, sign up. So my friend, well, my coworker who brought me was like, are you going to sign up? And I'm like, no. He's like, please sign up. And I'm like, why did you sign up? He's like, yeah, I signed up. And I'm like, I don't want to sign up. Like, I don't have money. We both work at McDonald's. We do not have money. So to get him to like stop badgering me, I'm like, yeah. And then he's like so excited. He's like, yes, like this is going to be like the best thing ever. I'm going to get my BMW eventually. But I just said that so I would get him to shut up and so he would take me home. Plus you had to pay like a cover charge, for your first shipment. And I was like, I don't have money for that. Neither do you. And yeah, so there was no dating or anything afterwards. Just MLM.
Yeah, there's always a cover charge. There's always products that you personally will have to buy, definitely in the beginning, in order to even qualify to earn any type of income from your downline. 9 times out of 10, you're not making any money. I mean, a study by the FTC found that 99% of MLM participants never even turned a profit. And basically, you're recruiting. That's what your earnings depend on. You're recruiting. It doesn't involve the products really. It's crazy. Crazy. All right, let's continue.
$360 a month. What would that mean for you right now?
It'd mean I have a little extra money for the month.
There you go. Get to go and have some fun. An extra night out on the town.
Yeah.
And then it's just grow from there and show other people how to do what you just did. And at this point, you've reached the top of the bonus scale. And here in the U.S., it's between $2,500 and $2,700, and it's actually more than that because there are extra bonuses that come along with this. If you hold this for an entire year, so 12 consecutive.
If you hold this for an entire year, that's a bad sign right there.
Months, Amway will send you on a all expenses paid trip every single year that you maintain this business to go on. You want to go see Europe, you can have somebody else pay.
Oh my gosh.
This is what you need to know about the multi-level marketing industry. Each multi-level marketing company uses the same model. Over 99% of people have to lose in order for the business model to work. And less than 1% are actually making any money after expenses because their income disclosure statements that multi-level marketing companies put out every year is just a snapshot of 1 year in time of what's going on. It doesn't take into account the 50 to 80% churn rate of the bottom of the pyramid. The people that create multi-level marketing companies, they know exactly what they're doing. This is how the business model works. In order to get you in and keep you in, they shroud the actual business model with mindset, personal development, and getting you to events. Events aren't about recruitment, events are about retention. Join our family, a community of like-minded people. They use social psychology unethically to manipulate you. Large group awareness trainings, and you're inundated with success stories of the 1%, 99% of the time. And you hear the stories of the 99%, 1% of the time.
Wow, did you catch that? You hear these success stories of the 1%, 99% of the time, and you hear the stories of the unsuccessful 1% of the time. And the unsuccessful are the 99%.
Most of the sales are occurring within the business model itself. The distributors are making most of the purchases. It's common to see on social media a multi-level marketing distributor post about a new product line their company has just released, and they've already sold out before it's reached the public. They all do this because the true customers are the distributors. Every multi-level marketing company exhibits these same 4 hallmark characteristics: pay to play, endless chain, recruiting mandate, and extreme money transfer, meaning the money flows up. You don't get paid for your time as in a traditional business where you're paid down. In multi-level marketing, your sales, most of the commissions go up, which is why the products or services are so overpriced. And these can be good quality products and great services, but there isn't a true demand for them.
Real quick, I remember I was in a network marketing company years ago, and I was selling laundry detergent, things like protein bars and stuff like that. Like, I live in Arizona, in Phoenix, Arizona. There's grocery stores everywhere. Why would someone buy my expensive ass detergent over just going to Walmart? Insane.
And there's a reason why multi-level marketing distributors all sound the same. It's because they're in commercial cults. People feel and really believe that they're a part of something special. And any criticism of their multi-level marketing company or the multi-level marketing industry is seen as hate. People who leave and speak out are called things like uncoachable, negative, toxic, bullying, venomous, and hater. And just like in any other cult, presenting someone with facts and logic can drive them deeper in. The process of waking up from one of these high control groups can take years, and not everybody has the same experience. However, statistics don't lie, the numbers never change. Across the multi-level marketing industry, there is a 99% loss rate because that's how the business model works. There's no such thing as a legitimate multi-level marketing company. They're all pyramid schemes. Think of these 4 characteristics: pay to play, recruiting mandate, endless chain recruitment, and extreme money transfer. It doesn't matter what a multi-level marketing company calls itself: social selling, social sharing, social retail, direct selling. They're all pyramid schemes. Most of the sales are occurring within the companies to the representatives themselves.
Very true. That same company I was in where I was selling detergent, I was buying the detergent. I couldn't find customers to buy that stuff. And they told me to focus on recruiting more than anything. But in order to even qualify for any kind of payments, I had to spend around 200 and something bucks. As a young, early 20s, I think I was 22. I didn't have any money really. And I had to try to keep up with products and stuff. I was spending over $200 a month just to keep in the game. So that's what happens. Most of the distributors are the ones buying it, the products.
That's why when you see a friend or a family member involved in one of these schemes, they'll post about a new industry disrupting product that's already sold out before it's even hit the public yet. That's because most of the sales are occurring within the pyramid structure. Over 99.7% of people lose money across multi-level marketing. You will never hear an upline, a leader, or a multi-level marketing coach train people on tracking their expenses and their income. What they will talk about at great length is your mindset, that you're a victim, that you're living in scarcity. Anything to obscure the fact that, voila, you are in a pyramid scheme. And then there's the disturbing cult aspect of multi-level marketing. Everyone sounds the same. Everybody writes the same kind of posts. Would you be open to taking a look at this? If not, no big deal. Any questions, any critical thinking is labeled as hate in an us versus them mentality. Cult expert Stephen Hassan says it best: anything that is legitimate can bear scrutiny.
All right, Rich Talk, let's talk MLMs. MLM stands for multi-level marketing, and it's a controversial marketing strategy where individuals sell products via networking and word of mouth. So you're wondering what makes it controversial? Well, while the individuals peddling these products do get paid to sell items like cheap leggings, supplements, or low-quality skincare, they get paid even more to recruit people into the sales force. Think about it this way. The leader of the MLM recruits people to sell the product. We'll call them A squad. A squad gets paid to sell product and recruit other people. They call their family and friends. We'll call those B squad. A squad's thrilled because they're getting paid good money to recruit B squad, and they're getting a cut of anything B squad brings in. B squad then brings in more people. C squad. And this keeps going and going. Folks at the top make money, but according to the FTC, 99% of people who join an MLM lose money. Net, if a company's business model is based more on recruiting than selling the product, proceed with caution.
Nobody in Amway or Herbalife, or any of these, actually sells products person to person at a retail basis with a retail margin and makes money. How could you do it? There's a million other people with the same product.
Here's the magic sauce. We've been talking for an hour about Amway, and we have yet to mention a single product.
That's so funny. Okay, I'll keep going.
All we've talked about is them and their cult-like, manners. We haven't talked about a damn product.
It's never about the product. Yeah. So because it's not about the product, it's obviously not really about selling the product. These stores, these websites are just no more than about as valid as a tool as calling yourself an independent business owner when you're really a virtual slave to this one company.
The culture can get real toxic. Like there's this constant pressure to recruit friends and family. It leads to awkward relationships with your loved ones and things like that. They use manipulative tactics, making you feel like a failure if you don't succeed. And if people don't want to join, they're misled, they're lost, blah, 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 blah. And really, the participants are misled. In 2018, AARP surveyed that 47% of people who participated in MLMs felt that they were misled about earnings potential. And that happens all the time. And then they change their compensation plans constantly. And it's not to better you or to benefit you. It's to benefit the people up top. To me, dividend investing is the better option. Instead of putting your money in the MLM, consider opening up a dividend portfolio. You got $500. That's what it costs to start the MLM. But if you have $500 in the market, you're collecting dividends and your portfolio is growing. Dividend stocks allow you to earn that passive income without recruiting anybody. You don't have to sell a product. And historically, companies that pay dividends have provided stable returns and compound growth over time. And unlike MLMs, dividend investing requires no recruitment, no monthly quotas, and no hidden fees. I would focus on real investments like dividend-paying stocks, which can build long-term wealth without the risks that MLMs provide. Now, if you don't listen to me at all, before joining an MLM, make sure you do your research and look at income disclosures. But truthfully, those numbers are not going to lie. You're going to find out that you're not going to make money. So if you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs to hear it. And until next time, stay smart and keep hustling the right way. I'll talk to you later.